Early this morning, the Corpus Christi Police Department responded to a call of a rollover accident. Officers say a truck was going southbound on I-37 when the driver hit black safety barrels protecting the concrete sidewall. And according to Officer Keith Shadle, the driver may have fallen asleep or had a medical emergency at the wheel of some sort. Officers do not believe speed was a factor, and thankfully the driver was wearing his seatbelt and suffered only minor injuries.
That's why we encourage people to wear seatbelts and pay attention when you're driving early in the morning and at rush hour.
After the accident, the driver was transferred to an area hospital. No citations have been handed out at this point. A reminder, though, if you are on the road and you start feeling tired, officers encourage you to pull over, get some coffee, and take a break.